I have a Pokemon TCG record which no one else can ever take away from me. I am the only person to ever have made a day 2 at an international championships using this one particular card. Let's have a look. Yo guys, welcome back to On Set Fire. I'm Blue and I'm going to be telling you about my tournament experience at the London XL this February 2016. No, 2026. Oh my god, I'm living in the past. 2026. Since Red made day 2 a few years ago at EUIC, I've been chasing that day 2 because almost everyone from SBB has made a day 2 and I'm the only one that hasn't yet. So this was pretty much the last competition I'll be going to this year. I mean, I only went to Birmingham a few weeks ago. And I'm doing EUIC. I didn't make it back then. It was kind of close, but didn't make it. This was my last chance. So the fact that I made it, I was over the moon. I literally cried a little bit. So I'm going to tell you about the whole thing today. And before I tell you about the actual tournament experience, I've got just some awesome people that I met throughout the thing. Obviously, we've got SBB, all of the group. We stayed together. We had an Airbnb for 7 people and we played loads of games and supported each other and practiced and just had a lovely time this whole weekend. So everyone, appreciate that. It was a wicked weekend. We also bumped into loads of other people we knew. We were already chatting to Sean For the Win. So we knew he was going to be around, and I know Red was talking to him loads about, and actually I think Sean helped Red make his deck. So we were quite excited to see him again. We spent loads of time with him on the Saturday, actually. It was really lovely to spend that much time with him. It was his birthday, actually, as well. So again, a belated happy birthday. I'm glad you had a really good weekend. We also bumped into a few other people. We played a couple games with Luke, is in Game Boy Luke. He popped down on the Sunday. That was awesome. We were particularly starstruck when we bumped into Nerd Out. I really can't remember his name, I'm really sorry, but we bumped into Nerd Out, spent some time with him. It was really nice to be chatting with him. He also played Greninja, so Red and him had some really nice chats, and we watched the final with them. That was wicked. The whole weekend was just an amazing experience. The people, the place, the XL, oh my goodness, the place was massive and so well done. I sadly didn't get to go to the Pokemon Center, but I heard it was really good. Right, let's get down to the TCG stuff. So I was playing I have been for quite a while. I've won a couple of cups with it. I've really been enjoying it. It's technically like a C or D tier deck, but I really like it. It's not overly complicated. You draw some more, and then you attack. Lovely jubbly. There's no spread, there's no nothing like that. It's just jobs are good and do loads of damage. You're a single prize deck for most of the time. Lovely jubbly. Here is the deck list. You'll notice it's not the normal deck list, and I can't take full credit for it. Hayden is the chef for this deck. You'll notice that we've added in a 2-2, kind of 2-2, line of Tinkerton. We've got 2 Tinkertinks, and then we've got a Tinkerton with gather materials, discard a card, draw 3. Lovely. Gets us out of an Iono situation quite a lot. It can also attack for 180 damage if it's got a special energy attached to it. If that's hitting for weakness on something like a Greninja, for example, it can hit 360. Amazing numbers. We also have the big boy Tinkerton EX, which basically does the same as Alakazam. More cards in your hand, more damage. But it's 30 damage per card, not 20. And it's damage, not damage counters. We mostly put this in the deck because in the local meta, people were starting to get annoyed with Alakazam and we're playing a lot of mist energies. So we needed another way around it. We ended up with this boy. It was very good. And because of the deck playing Wanderer's Patch, you can accelerate energy, attack on that turn. You might the idea is you don't reveal it maybe to a later on in the game or in game 2 or 3. It's also really good into Dragapult because they can't one-shot it. And potentially you're taking out 2 Dragapults by the time they take out 1. So it was really, really useful. Another strange inclusion is Clavel, or Clavel. Don't even know how you say it. It's never really been used very well. It's never made a day 2 until 3 weeks ago when Hayden made day 2 at Birmingham and got it its day 2. And then I played it at EUIC this weekend and got it at day 2. The only time it's ever made a day 2 at a regional or an international championships, and that was me and Hayden. So we're gonna have that forever because it rotates soon. There's not another IC before rotation, so I've got that forever. It might make it another regionals, but I very much doubt it. No one's gonna play it. But it's been really good. If you don't know what it does, you can grab yourself 3 basic Pokemon with 120 HP or less, which sounds kind of good, maybe. What it's really good for though, is for us is getting that shaming out, because we can't search for that with Buddy Buddy Puffin, and if we're against a Wellspring deck or something, we want to be able to get shaming out. Also, this card is everywhere. Budju item locks you. You can't use Buddy Buddy Puffin. So if you whiff that turn 1 Puffin and can't set up, this guy can help you going second or on your second turn. Flood the bench, get rolling, because you need Pokemon out to draw cards. That's why we were using it. We were using 3, but we dropped it for an extra Battle Cage because although I said Clavel might have been MVP, Battle Cage was by far the MVP. We just had it all of the time. Sometimes I had too many, but we'll get to that. It's just unbelievable. And I actually didn't have a 4th one. I had to buy one Friday morning before we started, but that was wicked. I think other than that, the deck's fairly straightforward. We did run Fan Rotom and Budju. Fan Rotom has been really good for setting up and giving that early pressure, but occasionally you just need Budju just to slow them down so you've got a little bit of a chance. Against something like a Poltzard, you don't want them reg handing on their second turn, so Budju might just be that little bit better. If you can take out the Charmander with the Rotom, great, but Budju has been really, really good. Everything else is fairly straightforward. You've got the Enriching Energy for extra draw. Dawn was really, really good. Hilda was exceptional. We didn't run a Golduck. We took that out last minute. We just thought Psyduck is enough. We've got Battle Cage as well. You can Night Stretcher back the Psyduck if they do knock it out. If they run Clef Key and Jet Energy, whatever. And that did happen to me in one of the games, but luckily it wasn't enough for him to win the game, so it is what it was. We also dropped down to just 1 Enhanced Hammer. We were running 2, but we wanted some other things in the deck. We wanted the Budju or the Battle Cage. And in the local meta, when everyone plays freaking 4 Mist Energies, we needed more hammers, but at this, luckily, 1 was absolutely enough. Right, as for the actual matchups then. Round 1, super nervous. I just had to go find my Battle Cage because I put 4 in the deck list and submitted it, but I didn't have a 4th one and I really wanted to fill out as well, so I needed to go get that. Got that fine, lovely jubbly. Sat down against Connor, seemed like a super nice guy. He was saying how he was chasing his first day 2 as well. His brother had already done it and he was kind of like, I need to get it as well. He was playing EVBox. He did run the Wellspring, so I'm glad I had Shaman in the deck. And it was really close. I managed to win game 1. Just popped off. 2 prizes, 2 prizes, 2 prizes. Lovely jubbly. I think he prized something quite important. And then he might have prized the Wellspring. I can't remember now. Game 2, it was really, really close. And I think towards the end of the game, he whiffed an energy or whiffed something because he could have taken a 3 prize turn by spreading some damage and knocking some stuff out. I think I had the Tinkerton on the active. He could have taken that out and hit something on the bench and I would have been done for. But he just whiffed it, so I managed to get that round 1 win. Sitting down, game 2, we have Gianluca, the nicest guy ever, right? I got a lot of time for him and I'll explain why after I talk about how he absolutely destroyed me in the match. He was playing Grimmsnarl. It's a terrible match anyway. I really don't like it. I think it's pretty much unwinnable if they just go ham and set up. I was a little bit frustrated that he went first. He attached to he attached to an Impidimp and passed. I thought, oh my goodness, I might be able to do some stuff here. I didn't get the Fan Rotom Donk, which is a little bit frustrating, but I got Budju out and I thought, right, if I item lock you, you can't play Buddy Buddy Puffin, you can't play Secret Box, what are you going to do? So I set up quite well, item lock, his turn, plays Lilies, and managed to get 5 Pokemon out. So Snorunt, an Impidimp, 2 monkeys, and an energy. No, the energy was already attached. And the TM Evo evolves 2 Frostlass and just starts rolling me. And I thought, you just can't beat it. So lost that game. Game 2 wasn't much better. I didn't get the item lock and he set up and I basically had to give up. So fine, whatever. But what I did notice, he was playing with a Mega Heracross regional playmat, which you can only get from the Santiago regional in Chile. And I said to him, I was like, I've been looking at trying to buy this mat, but there just aren't any on eBay, so I can't buy it. And immediately he said, well, let me take your number and after the tournament you can buy it off me. And I was like, this is the best day ever. You've absolutely destroyed me, but you're offering me your playmat. This is great. And so he took my number. I didn't hear from him kind of all day, obviously, because he was playing, I was playing. And turns out he made day 2 as well. Fantastic. And it's a bit stalkerish. I just kept looking up at what table he was sat at so I could see if I can catch him on day 2. And it turns out on the very final round, the 14th round of the whole tournament, he was sat 4 tables down from me. So before the kind of match started, I just went over to him and was like, hey mate, how you doing? Like, well done for making day 2. And he was like, oh, hey, like, do you still want the playmat? I was like, absolutely I do. I'll kind of wait around for you, whatever. And yeah, straight afterwards, my game finished before his did. And as soon as he finished, and bless him, because he had a little time extension because something happened in his game, there was judges around, bless him. As soon as he finished, he was looking around trying to find me, and he came straight over to me and was like, there you go, mate, kind of, like, what is it worth sort of thing. We agreed on £25. I was like, this is the best day ever. Bought it off him, nice handshake, wish him luck, absolutely incredible. I did make a little bit of a tip myself because I sort of said, because he said the playmat was from Chile, which it was. And I said, oh yeah, I think the one that I saw was from Santiago. And he said, that's the capital of Chile. I was like, such an idiot. But anyway, I got my playmat. I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. So already I met someone awesome. That was game 2. Then going into game 3, I finally hit a Dragapult. I was expecting to see them all day, but we'd prepped for this. The amount of matches I've played against Dragapult in practice, in testing, is ridiculous. Basically, the whole deck list has been shaped around that. 4 cages came in clutch. Normally, Dragapult only run 2 jamming tower, and I think he was running 2, but he could never get it when he needed it. And if Dragapult is just hitting 200, can't pop the Dusclops or the Dusknoir, can't be spreading 60 damage, it's a lot easier for me. Having the Iono was annoying, obviously. Going down to less cards in your hand is really tough. But because he wasn't spreading damage and wiping my support, I could draw up again and it was good. So managed to win, I think it was 2-0, I can't quite remember now, but it was quite good. Managed to get away with that. And I think I managed to enhance hammer away a Neo upper energy at one point as well, just to like stall a turn. Came in clutch, just got everything I needed. It was great. So I was feeling pretty good at this time. At this point, 2-1. 1 loss I don't mind, because then you're kind of just below all of the really, really good players. And then game 4, I pair into a Slowking. Now, I wasn't really sure. I've not really played against it, but I know they've played the Kieran, and that's a big threat. But I play Shaman, so this should be okay. It'll be a bit of a slog because you're both 1 prize of decks, but I think he's probably not going to play much Disruption, which he didn't, in which case I'm fairly confident I can just keep attacking turn after turn. And he hasn't got that many things that hit really hard, so it'd be quite hard for him to attack. Anyway, game 1, I prized a Shaman and he board wipes me in 3 turns. I thought, great, this is going to be impossible. Can't wait for this. So we go game 2 and I win that fairly comfortably because I don't prize the Shaman. I get that down early doors and it's quite easy. I think he scooped in the end or something. Fine. Annoyingly, we didn't have enough time to finish game 3 and it was early doors, so there's going to be no kind of agreements on board state or prize cards or anything at this stage. So annoyingly, I was well in front, but I couldn't quite finish the game. We didn't have enough time. So we got a tie. So a bit frustrated because Slowking's actually a good matchup for me. Speaking of good matchups, round 5, I was thinking, right, I'm 2-1-1. I can't really lose another game because then I'm right on the edge. Because if you don't know, to make day 2, you can only afford 2 losses and 1 draw. The rest of the other 5 have to be wins, otherwise you're not making it. You need that 16 points. Game 5, I recognise the name. Luke Davies. He's from the UK. I was like, I feel like I know this. I rock up and it's a guy that we've played at locals. He's a super nice guy and he was playing Kangaskhan Bouffalon. I was like, okay, this isn't it's not a free win, but those 3 prize of Mega Pokemon, I'm just going to knock out 2 of those. Job's a good one. I've got Tinkerton as well, so we can't hide behind a Mist Energy, which he tried to do. However, game 1 was so close. A good Iono when I was down to 3 prizes just absolutely killed me. I couldn't do anything. In the end, I don't think I even attacked really in that towards the end of the second game. Sorry, the end of the first game. He took the win. I thought I might have sneaked it, so I didn't want to scoop. He won that, really annoying. We had half an hour left. I was like, right, it's fine. I can win this one. I can get another tie, which isn't great, but who knows. Game 2, he starts Dwebble, attach, pass. I have Battle Cage, Hilda, and a Fan Rotom in my hand. I thought, oh no, in fact, I had like a Buddy Puffin in my hand. Amazing. Play the Buddy Puffin for Fan Rotom, Hilda for the Jet Energy, play the Battle Cage, boom, donk, lovely job. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I can win this game now. We've still got 28 minutes left. We can do this. But then, game 3, he doesn't have an incredible start. I have absolutely nothing. My hand is just evolutions and 3 Battle Cages. I then, on my turn, I just draw the 4th Battle Cage, pass. He sets up, passes back. I draw another card. It's a Shaman. I put that down and pass. He knocks out my active. I draw absolutely nothing and then pass, and then he wins. So annoyingly, we didn't really get... Like, we had game 1 that was good, but game 2 and 3 were just a bit stupid. But whatever. I take the loss. Great for Luke. He goes away happy, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm now 2-2-1. I have to win my last 3 games, and I know this is going to be so tough. Like, I have to win a winning in now, which is going to be a massive stressful situation. But let's see what happens. Round 6, I pair into Jane, who's from Pokejules. I didn't realise at the time. Jane did say that she was a content creator, but didn't say too much. She played it down loads, and I didn't realise. I don't have TikTok. I don't really see their stuff. So anyway, she was really nice. We were chatting. Dragapult again, okay? We found out later on that she only plays one jamming tower. So the 4 cages were clutch, and we did see a tweet from Pokejules, and I didn't realise at the time, but that was me. And then we saw another one the next day, and like saying, oh look, this was the list, and then I saw it and was like, yeah, sorry, that was me. So I kind of tweeted her, so that was really funny. The Battle Cages and the Psyduck and Tinkaton EX were just had the nuts, was flying damage out, and won game 1. Game 2, it was actually really, really close. She knocked out basically everything I had. I think I had a Fez, a Fan Rotom, maybe a Tinkaton. Sorry, like a Tinkatink. And I only be down to 1. I was like, what am I going to do here? The 1 was boss's orders. Okay, so then I realised, okay, I actually have a chance here. I promote the Fan Rotom. If I get an energy off the Fez, I can boss into the Duskull that's sitting on the bench and take my final prize card. Pop the Fez, flip the script, draw 3, got the energy, bosh. I was so lucky, so lucky. So thank you, Jane. Great game, really, really good stuff. Unfortunately, that knocked her out of day 2 because it's the same for James on the same record as me. So really tough stuff, but great game. As I said, Jane only run 1 jamming tower, so me running 4 cages meant I was in a really strong position. So yeah, awesome stuff. Game 7, I was a bit nervous. Guy was playing Crustle, okay? Crustle, I've seen so much at locals, but at locals they run 4 miss energies normally because there's so many Alakazam. So I was a bit worried. I don't really know how many miss energies they run. And almost immediately they got a missed energy on the Crustle, and I thought, like, this is rough. But Alejandro was also looking like he really didn't like this matchup. So I thought, this is interesting. I managed to get the hammer. I take away the missed energy and then knock out the Crustle with Alakazam. He then kind of sighs and looks a bit beat up and tries to get out. So another Crustle, I managed to boss it and knock that out as well. And then he just scoops, to be fair, and says, no, I can't win this game, sort of thing. And he again says, like, we're not even going to bother with the next few games. Like, you can have the win. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, like, I just can't win this match. And I thought, fair enough. And he said, yeah, I've got 1 missed energy. I actually only run 1 hammer, but he said, no, like, this match is just free for you, to be fair. And in the end, yeah, it kind of was. If he only runs 1 missed energy, that's the only thing standing in his way. I've got 1 hammer, it's probably going to happen. So really lucky. That was a nice little win for me there. Meant I was on the winning end. And then, round 8, pair into Felipe. He didn't speak much English at all, so it was quite hard to communicate with him. It was a lot of gesturing when we were playing like this, draw 3, blah, blah, blah. And he was playing Poltzard, and I thought, this is going to be really hard. Game 1, I did manage to itchy pull in and slow him down a little bit, and I managed to take the win. That was really, really good. I don't think I even managed to play Tinkatani X, but I just managed to get the damage off. He didn't really set up properly, and it was good. I think the one hammer managed to get away the Luminous on the Dragapult, had the battle cages. And he didn't play Dust Noir, so Poltzard, so it was okay. But then game 2, wiped the floor with me. We go game 3. Didn't have much time at all, so yeah, we had a little agreement. I was just in front. It was so unbelievably close. I was just in front, so sneaked through into day 2. I was genuinely cried a little bit. I was so overwhelmed with it because I didn't think I'd ever do it. I'm getting older. I don't have that much time to play Pokemon. I thought this might be one of the last times that I go really seriously into a big event, and I managed to do it. So I was absolutely overwhelmed. Overwhelmed, so happy. But then we still had another game to play. Because we made it into phase 2, you play the 9th round, the first round of phase 2, there and then. So had a tiny break, and then into game 9, I was playing Amir, super nice guy. He was playing Raging Bolt, and I thought, okay, this is good. This is normally a good matchup for me. But for whatever reason, I think I was still a bit hyped and I wasn't really paying attention. And he had the baby Raging Bolt on the active with an energy on it already. I used Clavel. I was chatting rubbish about how I just got Clavel with day 2, and I didn't pick up the Shaman. I got Shaman, I got Abra, and I got a Dunsparce. So on his turn, he just sniped the Abra, and I was like, what am I doing? Why didn't I get out the Shaman? Next turn, I got the Shaman out. I managed to Night Stretcher back an Abra, but then he bossed it and knocked it out. And I was thinking, oh no, I might actually lose this. And then I didn't realise I had prized 3 Abras, so I was basically done. So I scooped that game, but then game 2 and 3, I knew what I was doing, and it was really easy. In the end, he just scooped, because once I had an Alakazam up and running, and I'd taken 2 prizes, he was basically done at that point. It's very unlikely that I'm going to not be able to attack. He can't take a multiple kind of turn knockout, so he was done. So he scooped, so I got a nice, fairly easy win at the start of day 2. So I was on cloud 9. It was amazing. Should have then gone and got food, had an early night, but no, we had food, we had a takeaway. It was lovely. I did stay up a bit late playing just kind of games with friends, not Pokemon, just kind of games. Like, we were playing Werewolf. It went on a little bit too late, but luckily day 2 didn't start till 9 a.m. So I had a little bit of a lay-in, and it was okay. I was fine. I wasn't too tired. The adrenaline was still keeping me going. Round 10, I pair into Piper Lepine. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, and she was playing Jelly Guardy as well, which is just a terrible matchup. We were both really tired first thing in the morning, so we weren't chatting too much. But then she smoked me in game 1. I couldn't get the Kadabras out, and where there was a jelly in the active, I couldn't rare candy. I was done. So I scooped game 1. We both woken up a little bit at that point, so we were chatting a little bit more. She was really, really nice. Game 2, I thought I had the nuts. I had just everything. At the end of my second turn, I had a Dunsparce in the active. I'd already taken a prize. I had 3 Kadabras on the bench and another Dunsparce. I thought, I don't need to candy anymore. Hopefully, these 3 Kadabras might win me the game here. On my next turn, she had attacked into the Dunsparce, which I'll just put back into the deck, draw 3. I evolve into Alakazam, I knock out the Jelly. I'm like, I've taken 3 prizes, and I've got an Alakazam, I've got 2 Kadabras on the bench, like, I might be able to do this. Hits me with an Iono to 3, I absolutely brick. She takes out the Alakazam, I have nothing, and I'm basically just passing for 4 turns until I lose. So, is what it is. Can't wait till we lose Iono to rotation. Is what it is. Great game, fair enough. Then I didn't realise, round 11, I pair into Diego. He's also a big time player, playing Poltzard, and yeah, to be fair, he absolutely smokes me. I don't think in the 2 games I took a prize card. It was diabolically bad. I massively bricked. I don't think I was going to win the match anyway, but I bricked. The whole thing was over in about 15 minutes. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that sucks. Round 12, I hit another Charizard. This was Charizard Pidgeot this time, so I was wary of the Clef Key. I was wary of the like the Dusknoirs and stuff. Game 1, managed to just kind of go quite fast and take the knockouts. Good, I think I knocked out the Pidgeot, so he didn't have much left, and yeah, it was good. Game 1 was fantastic. Game 2 was really close, but I noticed that he Ultra Balled away a Jet Energy literally on the first turn, and I clocked that. I was thinking, okay, Clef Key is probably not going to be an issue here. Turns out he plays 2, because on the very last turn of the game, he plays the Clef Key down, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, this is bad. He then quick searches for the Jet Energy, gets it into the active, pots the Dusknoir. All he needed was the final Charizard to evolve with an attack, and he won, but he whiffed it, and I managed to take the final knockout on that last turn. So it was actually really, really close, but I got another win. So I was now sitting on 7 wins, 4 losses, and a draw. And I was really happy. I'm guaranteed to get more wins than losses now. Job's a good one. 2 more rounds left. A pair into Joseph and another Dragapult deck with Dusknoir, and he was a really good player, really, really good player. But I managed to win game 1. I thought, this is fantastic, okay? I'm hoping, like, these games are quite long, I'm hoping I can get a tie out of this if I don't win the next game, or I might be able to win. This is incredible. Game 2, didn't really have the greatest of starts. He got going, managed to slow him down a bit. It was really close. I thought I might have snuck the game, but I didn't. So we had something like 3 minutes left. So we didn't manage to complete the third game. No one was further in front than the other person. The board say it was kind of pants, so we called it a tie. I was kind of happy with that. He was a really, really good player. Dragapult's still hard, even if I played against it 1,000 times. Really tough. Final round. I was against Giancarlo, another Dragapult matchup, and I can't really remember now, but I'm fairly sure I got absolutely pumped. I had absolutely nothing. There were moments when I thought he's not in a good state. Like, he had Droopy and he attached the Neo Upper, and I'm thinking, if I can get the hammer here and get rid of that Neo Upper, he's got absolutely nothing. But no, I had absolutely nothing, and he eventually just steamrolled me and I was done. So I finished 7-5-2. Again, I'm quite happy with that. It's my first ever day 2. It's my best record by a long way. I did it with Alakazam, with Tinkaton and Clavel in the deck list. What a weekend. And obviously then, I just finished that match. I then spoke to Gianluca, who got me the playmat, the Heracles playmat. So I was over the moon. Absolutely wicked. I'm really sad that we're going to lose Tinkaton and Tulip and some other stuff in the deck for rotation. However, I don't think I played Tulip the entire tournament, so actually Tulip's probably not that important. We've got Night Stretchers. Might run Lana Zade, but that might also rotate, so I don't know. Really happy with the deck. I'm excited to try out a non-Tinkaton deck. It will probably be a little bit more consistent, because if I'm honest, by round 5, I had bricked 5 games. It was a miracle I won any of the matches. So yeah, it was a bit bricky. Got lucky in other matchups, but yeah, didn't feel consistent. So even more of a miracle that I actually made day 2. But unbelievable. I'll be chasing that feeling forever. Thank you to Subcenter for giving us the merch. Lots of people commented. That was really, really nice. I've actually got a submission to pick up, hopefully today actually, so I'm going to go do that. I'll make a video on that as well. Unbelievable. Again, shout out to Hayden for all the deck list making that we did together. We will continue. I think we were talking about that like every day, so that was wicked. To Red and Henry as well for the extra deck testing that we did, and everyone else in SPB as well, because you guys also helped as well. So what a weekend. Loads of people. I still can't really comprehend that I made it. James and Josh also made day 2, so shout out to them. And Red, Hayden and Henry were all in the winning in as well. So there was loads of us who had the potential. So the squad is looking really strong. Really, really strong. So buzzing for everybody. Really good weekend. Thanks for listening to me blabbing on for ages about freaking Alakazam and Tinkaton. But That was an unbelievable experience. I wish I had more footage or pictures or stuff of it. It's just going to be a lot of me talking, but we'll do what we can. Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. We'll see you next time. Peace.